Hey, 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 what's good? Thank you so much for joining the Team Libra show. Everybody, make sure to click the subscribe button because I appreciate all of you so much for my past subscribers, my new subscribers. I appreciate you all. I'm trying to hit 1,000, guys. I'm halfway there. I'm excited about it. So please help me get there. If you're in a celebrity gossip or celebrity scandal, trust me when I tell you you're in the right place. So go ahead, real fast, hit the subscribe button. And while you're doing that, let me go ahead and get started. So I've been covering, I told you guys I'll bring you some updates with the T.I., Tiny, and Sabrina Peterson story. Well, now Sabrina Peterson, she's added Kandi, Lauren London, Toya, I think Lil Wayne baby's mother, and who else? Might have been somebody else. Kandi. So now she has all these people in it. But anyhow, I told you guys I'll bring you updates. But what this video is going to be about is I really only heard of Sabrina Peterson when I know a lot of you might know her, but I didn't know anything about her. But I found out about her after this whole scandal broke out. And so my main concern was who is Sabrina Peterson? And so I wanted to look up. I saw that she has like a lot of Instagram subscribers, like maybe over 200K. So I know that, and I saw celebrities following her. So but I didn't know who she was. So I went ahead and did my homework, and that's what this video is about. Who is Sabrina Peterson, and is she credible? And that's the situation there. So that's what we're going to get into. So Sabrina Peterson basically came out and said T.I. put a gun to her head. She did a lie detector test, and she passed the lie detector test on that specific part. But anyhow, she also brought like a crowd of women with her to say that T.I. has abused them or raped them. And then I think I saw videos that she was saying that she was forced to shove pills down her throat. And so, yeah. So then I wanted to get into who is this girl, and that's pretty much it. And then I also wanted to connect that into what her accusations are against T.I. and Tiny, Lauren London, Kandi, Toya. So now she's saying that Tiny is horrible. Everyone is saying Tiny is horrible, and Tiny is the ringleader behind getting these girls to come to her house and get abused. So I know that she said that she used to be friends with Tiny. And so what I did is I went to look, and I saw this video. I'm going to go ahead and play it for you guys. But I saw this video, and this was somebody shared a UC site verse here. But I'm going to go ahead and play it. And this was Sabrina talking to Tiny and praising Tiny here.
I want to just start off by just saying that you are an inspiration to women and mothers, and even a personal inspiration to myself on how to be a mother and how to love. Today, and in closing, you are the person that taught me how to love a man.
Oh, you say that all the time, but thank you.
Okay, so as you guys see, she said, you're an inspiration, you're a great mother, a great woman. You taught me how to love a man. All these great praises that she was giving Tiny at some point. So then you wonder what took over or what happened to turn Sabrina against Tiny after you just said that. And then even Tiny said, you say that all the time, but thank you. So that means Sabrina is always praising her. Sabrina is always telling her, like, wow, you're a great mother. Wow, you're a great wife. And Sabrina even appreciated the way that Tiny even exhibits love in relationships, to the point that she herself had, Tiny helped her. Like, looked at Tiny as an inspiration or whatever you call it, and Tiny helped her. So now she's saying that Tiny is horrible. Okay, so anyhow, so I did a little bit of research, and so let's see, it's a couple articles. I'm going to share little excerpts from them. I'm not going to read the whole way through. But basically, after serving time in prison, the world that awaits you outside is one of uncertainty and instability in most cases. The CEO of Power Girl Holdings umbrella, Peterson, leads a group of companies that includes the Flag Glam University, an online destination for women to learn the ins and outs of business. And she's talking about how she could teach business to a 5-year-old. So she's really heavily into business. So she went to jail, then she supposedly got out and got into business. So let's see. So it says that Sabrina Peterson formerly owned a beauty shop, Glam Bar, which was popular for its high-profile clientele. She is now the founder of Glam University, a program that guides women through their journey of becoming successful business owners. And she hosts a fun networking event, the Girl Power Sleepover. So that's who Sabrina is. So the businesswoman went to prison, it says, in 2013. Reportedly for assault. She was released over a year later, but Peterson says that while locked up, she realized that something wasn't right in her life. Most times we don't know we're not okay until hindsight being 2020 and your actions tell you, oh shit, I'm not okay. She told Jones before a group of professionals. That's what landed me in prison, a false sense of being okay. Peterson said that the defining moment that turned her life around was thinking about leaving her son, whose father was also in prison, all alone. So to pass off my 8-month-old at that gate was a feeling you won't forget, she said. And I was on the top bunk in that cold room, rocking myself to sleep and putting that pillow by me as if that was my son. She said she also came up with the ideal of Glam University when she was in prison, talking to her cellmate, Sweet. And she was telling her she got to come up, figure out what she's trying to do. She got to make a way for young girls to make a lot of money without the choices that she made to make a lot of money. So then that's when she came up with my flip. So Jones was so blown away, Star Jones, by Peterson's story and how she come out of a tough situation victoriously. So she said, I'm just proud of you, Peterson. I'm proud of everything you've done, everything you've accomplished, and more importantly, I'm proud that you are standing in the space God has created for you. So, okay, so Star Jones just gave her a little bit of airtime after she got out of jail. And 2009, I had seen that's where she had opened the Glam Bar, but she was doing really good at some point. But it says, Happy Tuesday, Eileen, here with the boutique spotlight on the Glam Bar, a salon where you can sample a bit of Hollywood glam down in the ATL. The crystal chandelier adorned boutique with the hot pink decor offers some of the hottest beauticians in the A, indulgences like bottomless glass of wine and even a karaoke station. Owned by Sabrina Peterson's pictured below. Glam Bar is perfect for a girl who has no problem with non-stop pampering. You can get you a wash and style, $40, a trim, $20, or a pop in some color for $75. Pick an inspirational book to read while you wait, and then twirl around your new do on the stripper pole. Look at this. They always got to do something nasty. She put a stripper pole in there. Twirl around on a stripper pole. Yes, there's the stripper pole, and they also do stripping classes, weekly pole classes for $15. Okay. So anyhow, I thought her shop was pretty cute. Pretty cute. If you into pink. And so that was cute. Kind of kiddish and immature, but it was cute. Okay, let's see. So okay. So this one is showing that it says, did you know Sabrina Peterson, former owner of Line, is in jail? So word on the street is that she actually was wanted for attempted murder. Now, I don't know. These are just articles, so I'm just sharing what's already out there on the internet. Word on the streets is she is actually wanted for attempted murder, and she slashed up the girl who was babysitting for her. Sabrina had loaned the girl her car so that she could go get her nails done, and it took too long. Kay Michelle was there. And when it all went down, so Sabrina called the girl asking where the fuck is her car. And the girl told her she was getting her nails done, just like she told her. So when the girl got back with the car, Sabrina ran out the freaking house, swinging at this girl, swinging on her, and she had a razor in between her knuckle. You know this is a grimy gutter bitch. The motherfucking razor fucking holding hoes. She is one of them fucking thuggish, grimy bitches that you know how to. You gonna put a razor, and you gonna hurt somebody and tear somebody's face up. I don't know if she was jealous of this girl or what, in my opinion, but it was like this is horrific. And then K Michelle, how was you there? Why this girl is doing these things? This is just horrible. Like, is K Michelle? I mean, are you in agreement with this, or are you thuggish like her, or how did you even become her friend, and why were you there that day? Because somebody said that possibly K Michelle started it, but I don't know. So Sabrina ran. Okay, so she ran out the house. She got the razor between her knuckles. She cut the girl up so bad that she slashed the artery. The police had to become involved when the girl went to the hospital. So basically, the girl wasn't even going to go to the hospital. Like I said, Sabrina seemed like she bullying some of these girls that's talking against T.I., or she's trying to intimidate them. But anyway, she cut up the girl so bad that the police had to become involved. So basically, they weren't even going to call the police. She had to go to the hospital. So then she would not stop bleeding. And so they told Sabrina to turn herself in. She was on the run, but then she did turn herself in. And then they said they seen her with some popular girl that female radio personality at 107.9. And it says that Sabrina had looked crazy then. So they said this stuff may be true. And so, yeah, okay. Yeah, we're just going to get through this because I'm just trying to find out who she is. So, meet Sabrina Peterson. These are just websites. This is just all alleged stuff. I'm just reading things that's online and just giving my opinion. So, meet Sabrina Peterson, former of Glam Bar, the Glam Bar Salon, which closed several months ago. It gained popularity by its downtown location and high-profile clientele. So celebrities and people high profile was coming in there. Those are the clients that she served. It's rumored that Peterson's questionable business practices that became the demise of the location, with many of her patrons opting to separate themselves from the drama in the salon, which specialized in black hair care and weaves. Oh, so she said, first they said she had high profile clientele, but it says that there was a lot of rumors about the place, and so the high profile clientele started separating themselves from Sabrina. After the salon closed, Peterson delved into online sales by pitching high-priced human hair through social media like Instagram and Twitter. Sabrina had a very close relationship and volatile with Love and Hip Hop cast member What's Her Face. I think they're talking about K Michelle, but I'm not for sure. Is now her social networks to gather support about upcoming jail stint, prompting questions about her situation. The former glam girl is rumored to be turning herself in to authorities on April 26, 2013, to serve a year bid for slicing and dicing a former friend. An anonymous source said she actually was wanted for attempted murder after she slashed this girl up who was babysitting for her. Sabrina had loaned the girl her car so that she could go get her nails done, and it took too long. K. Michelle was there when it all went down. So it tells a story about the police being called, the same thing. So there was a credible source that told this information, and they put it into this article. So you have got to be some kind of popular if you have an entire thread dedicated to you on Lipstick Alley. So there's even a Twitter beef that occurred between Love and Hip Hop castmates Kirk Frost and What's Her Face. So when Kirk actually spilled the tea about the vicious incident. Yep, K. Michelle, how about you and your lesbo girlfriend fighting over a 19-year-old girl who in the hospital in ICU sliced the fuck up? Do y'all see this? You got to read that little box where it say Kurt. Slice the fuck up. It says y'all cut her for real, huh? That's messed up. They over here, oh my gosh, this is horrible. So she's over here basically taking advantage of a 19-year-old girl. And I don't know, he says that they had some lesbo jealous rage or something and they cut this girl up. This is horrible. So it says but then I told you I heard Sabrina went down. I don't know nothing. I don't know what happened to K Michelle, but I'm sure Sabrina and her very close friend will be telling their side of the story soon. Are you part? Okay, okay. So now it's showing that she did that. Okay, let's see, glam bar. Okay, so this is Lipstick Alley when they were saying she was on Lipstick Alley. So it says glam hair became her new. Now, like I said, all of these articles is just alleged. This is just stuff that's out there. I'm just making a comment on. Glam hair became her new way to scheme people out of thousands of dollars by not sending hair to people that they ordered online. Some clients, I guess, have been very outrageous and made comments on social media, on her Instagram, begging for their money back. But like always, she ignores them and erases the comments. Well, now she faces this is, I guess, before she went to jail, but now she faces a year in prison, followed by 2 years probation, as a judge sentenced her on Wednesday, March 27th. But last week, she violated her probation by cutting up her friends. Oh, I guess she did something. So now, after she did that, then she cut her friend. That's when she cut her friend's face. So she was on probation for drug smuggling. So that must have been that. I don't know if that was from the 1999 or did she just get on probation? No, that couldn't have been from 99. But she could have been, but I know, I'll read that. But so I don't know why she was on probation, but apparently she always gets slaps on the wrist. So she seems like Sabrina Peterson seems like she's an informant. But I'll show you why I think that. But she's going to turn herself in soon. She's on probation for drug smuggling. She turned state on her boyfriend. I was going to say she probably told on her boyfriend. So she turned state on her boyfriend and everyone that was involved that stopped her from going to prison the first time. So the judge threw the book at her as she lied her way into the slammer. The judge said that she was a liar. I don't know if this is true, but this article says this, that the judge said that Sabrina Peterson is a liar and all she do is try to destroy people's lives. That's what it seems based off of the stuff I'm looking at. Sabrina is supposedly could have been a prostitute for the Black Mafia crew, which I did see that supposedly she was in a relationship with the founder of the Black Mafia crew, Big Meech. So I don't know if she was a prostitute or if she was just going screwing people, or I don't know what she was doing. But then she said that they were together. So maybe she won him over as she was doing all these things. I don't know. But she always screamed boss, but don't have a dime of her own, which it seems like she do have money from what I saw. But maybe at this time she didn't. She tried to hang with up-and-coming celebrities. At this time, she was living with a Ravens football player, maybe in his finished basement. It says she's nasty. She paid her workers $2, her waitress $2.50 an hour to work in the salon, and she paid some people with bag checks and fired them. You guys can. I'm not going to say some of this stuff. Complications with her pregnancy. She had complications with her pregnancy. Okay. She used baby to befriend people. She used the baby to befriend people because he's a cute little boy, but for some people it works. For some it doesn't. She stalks high-profile people in Atlanta. I don't think that's true because she could be in jail. She's a big liar, a manipulator, and somebody was so mad at her saying they can go on and on. She's evil. She said that they said she referred to her mom as dead, as a dead woman, and that hung on the wall at the Precious Owner Glam Bar salon, in which her mother, who was very much alive, she's the one that did the renovations, contracting the building out for the Glam Bar salon, which is no longer due to not being able to maintain her financial responsibilities. So Glam Bar Salon, Sabrina picked up a few heavy spending habits, such as funding local rapper Young Jock. He was doing some porn-related business ventures, supposedly. Well, they're saying that Sabrina Peterson funded him. Big Meech, I think, ended up looking down on young Jock at some point, I believe, when he went to jail. I don't know what happened, but she's associated with somebody that even Big Meech not fucking with. So she gave him 10K every Sunday. She sometimes would throw the money off her balcony when she stayed at 1010 on Peachtree. Then they said she gets into voodoo. She's asked her hairstylist in the salon to do clients' hair to give her a piece of their hair for her to do some type of sick rituals. She frequents Rondo the Voodoo store on Mitchell Street where she has an altar inside it there. She is sick and psycho. She invested thousands of dollars on prescription drugs that she used to get high for her own personal use. The drugs made Sabrina a bit delusional when she started to think that the current mayor was her lover. She was obsessed supposedly with the mayor, that she started sleeping with his campaign manager and then started funding all his business ventures in exchange for her liquor license. I don't know if that's true. So was Glambar funded by Sabrina Peterson's Haitian drug dealing boyfriend so she could use the spot as a front for drug activity? Of course, just ask Young Jock. So people talking about her in this, doing all this stuff and voodoo, and then they said she get into Centeria. But it's sad because even when you get into African religion and African spirituality, people always like try to demonize it and make it so gory and make it so horrible and make it just so scary and evil. But all of the world religions is modeled and is formed based off of the African religions. And so when I'm like, see people, and she's into Centeria, hang on. Hold on, guys. The African diaspora. So the Yoruba religion, which is Cambodo, that's where they call it in Brazil, Argentina, Uruguay. Read the blue. They call it Centeria in Cuba, Puerto Rico, Dominican. They call it Trinidad Orisha in Trinidad and Tobago. Spiritual Baptist, St. Vincent and Grenadine, and then Umbanda in Brazil, Argentina, and Uruguay. So this here is still all centered around the Yoruba religion. They just call it different names because it's in the diaspora, but it's still centered around the original Yoruba religion. So when I see people that's just taking this like and using it for evil, it's kind of hurtful because even when you look at the basic practices of the religion, and it says that according to the Kola Abimbola, the Yorubas have evolved a robust cosmology. In brief, it holds that all human beings possess what is known as Ayamo, which is regarded as destiny or fate. Every person is expected to become eventually one in spirit with Aladamir, also known as Olarum, the divine creator, and the source of all energy. Furthermore, the thoughts and actions of each person in the physical realm, interact with all living things, including the earth. This is what the Yorubas are teaching. Each person living on earth attempts to achieve perfection and find their destiny in Orun Rere, the spiritual realm of those who do good and beneficial things. So Sabrina is sitting up here taking what's meant for good, and she's learning certain practices and doing certain things, and then she's becoming people's worst nightmares and enemies, and she's also trying to control people through something that's supposed to be beautiful. It says that this is your path of destiny. Then it says one's Ori Uni, spiritual consciousness, in which physical realm must grow in order to consummate union with one's Apanri, Ori Orun, spiritual self. So when she's going through different things, but one of the ways that you can become spiritually like pure, and you don't just stay spiritually pure, but you have to work. That's why I'm a Reiki master. I'm a Reiki master teacher. But you basically will work on your inner, and you start to like, you have to like go through like a spiritual cleansing process, and it's sort of like a road of accountability and responsibility. But it don't seem like she ever got that far because she's never been accountable for her actions. So she's like trying to cut corners and cut chase, and she probably could be going to some dark people just like her, and it's teaching her these certain practices, and she's just trying to use them to control people. But really, if everybody was to be their best self and be the best them that they can be, everybody would be on Sabrina Peterson's level, that they're able to make moves and, make things happen for themselves. And you wouldn't even need Sabrina to do it or try to even contact or help you. You could do it yourself. But it says that the Iwa Pele, or well-balanced meditative recitation and sincere veneration, is sufficient to strengthen the Ori Uni. The Ori Uni, what is that? Your spiritual consciousness. So when you meditate, when you become a balanced person, like I said, and you're really sincere about what you're doing, that's going to be sufficient enough to contact your higher self. A lot of people aren't contacted with their spiritual beings or their higher self because they've never went on the road of accountability and responsibility. But certain points in our life, whether we're into religion or we're not, we're going to go through those times in our life, and we're going to be forced to grow or die. So anyhow, it is believed. So resuscitation, okay. Well-balanced people, it is believed, are able to make positive use of the simplest form of connection between their Oris and the omnipotent Olo Arun and Odura petition of prayer for divine support. So they said anybody that's really genuine about being the best them that they could be and going towards roads of trying to reach perfection and getting rid of their flaws and being basically non-biased with yourself, basically being a witness on the outside, looking at yourself saying, damn, this is fucked up, damn, I don't like that, and changing it and fixing it. That's how you get in touch with your higher self, and that's how you can begin to basically, like Mary said, it's the God in me. So that's how you can access the God in you, and you can start making moves out here. You could start ghost busting these demons out here. I'm telling you. You don't need Sabrina. Sabrina's not as powerful as she's acting like. She's just going into a world of people that don't know the basic steps to be just like her. And then she's taking advantage of people. But anyway, prayer to one's Ori Arun, which is produces an immediate sensation of joy. Eshe Elegbaro initiates contact with the spiritual realm on behalf of the petitioner and transmits the prayer into A, the deliverer of Ase, which is spiritual power. Ase, which is through which the Yoruba conceive the power to make things happen and produce change. So that's what Ase is. You guys can't be like so scared to get in touch with your African spirituality, or you're Africans. This is like most of our, this is a beautiful thing. But when people like Sabrina come and just try to just turn it into something so scary, so gloomy, so this, and this is for all of us. This is just not for her to come and just try to destroy it. And they have ancestors, they care about ancestor. They do the ancestor worship and stuff like that. Just really beautiful, nice things that you guys can look into it in your own time. But I was just showing you that even what Sabrina is doing, Santeria comes from the Yoruba religion, and it's not meant to be horrible. It's not meant to control and hurt people. It's meant to help you obtain balance, and it's more so a personal journey. So that's not even something that Sabrina can assist you with anyway. She can do herself. You can only control yourself, but you can control others if they allow and give up their personal power, which most people do because they don't understand that that's what they're doing. And so that's why Sabrina prey on the weak. So let's see this here. So they said that she was with the Black Mafia family. So she was either a prostitute, but then they said she was with Big Meech. So the Black Mafia family is a drug trafficking and money laundering organization. Okay? She was with one of the high people. So the police started investigating Black Mafia in the early 90s before the organization operated by Demetrius and Terry Flournoy was named or reached peak distribution. Okay, so the lead up to the October 2005 indictment began with a series of large drug seizures and subsequent informant testimonies from BMF members. On October 28th, 2003, a 2-year organized crime drug enforcement task investigations began, coordinated by the DEA Special Operation Division. So, give me some raise and arrest. It seemed like Sabrina got something to do with this, but I'm going to show y'all why. It's just my opinion. She been around him a long time, too. And it's like, hold on. So anyway, prior to Operation Motor City Mafia and shortly after its commencement, there were numerous acts of violence alleged to have been committed by BMF. Acts of violence. So she's connected to the BMF. And let's go on. Hold on. I gotta find this. Hold on, because I had... Okay, let's see. Is this it? Hold on. Nope. Just give me a second, guys. Okay, let's see. Well, here it just says that she was a stripper, but she's super cool. Ask her about how she got her salon. She's an open book, not fake or phony. So just showing that, I guess, whatever, somebody's on here doing damage control. Hang on, I'm trying to find this article. No, wasn't this? Glam bar. Okay, I think it's this. Okay, so All Hip Hop sat down with Sabrina Peterson, the former girlfriend of infamous Big Meech and now salon owner at Glam Bar. So they were sitting down talking to her. So she said, All Hip Hop asked her, thank you for talking to me, Sabrina. What do you think is the biggest misconception about Meech? She said that he was ruthless and cold. People think of a boss, they think of a cold-hearted person. He wasn't. I wouldn't say he wasn't intimidating, but he wasn't mean. Then they said, do you think that he would change things? She said, that's something I have to ask him. That's such a personal question. So what would you do differently? She said, I don't think I would do anything differently. They said, what did you, she said, I don't think I would do anything differently. We had a debate one time about how flashy he was and how maybe he shouldn't be so flashy and maybe he should slow down and not throw money in the club or put billboards and things everywhere. His response to that was that he was already going to jail. Every nigga that do what he did always end up in jail. And that was way before he went to jail. He said the difference between him and them is that he is going to get letters. But for the other guys, no one may care if they go to jail, but they also won't care if you stay. So the downside for Meech is that because of his influence, people on the political side care that he stays there. So when she said every nigga that do, she said, Big Me said every nigga, he said his response to that was he was already going to jail. Every nigga that do what he do, every nigga that do what he did always end up in jail. She said and that was way before he went to jail. So she was knowing him way before he went to jail. You got to remember that. Okay, so remember that. And then... Okay, so yeah, now it says, it seems like, then All Hip Hop asked her, it seems like you all had a mentorship type of relationship. She said, definitely. He gave me a lot of advice on my business. He was my go-to person when I don't know how to deal with a new dude I'm dealing with. He actually called me once out of the blue and told me to lose weight. Those are some of the things that makes him really, really special to me. I'm proud that he's proud of me. he's for me. I loved him so much and I cared about him so much. It was always in the back of my head to show him that he needed me. I captured his heart through my hard work and hustle. And when I started to give up on my salon and my business, I find my strength in him. So, Peep, she said that it was in the back of her mind, the key is that she needed him to feel like he needed her. She always wants to feel needed. She was trying to basically capture his heart, she said, and she captured his heart because she did trust me, I know Big Diller. She did everything he told her to do and then more. So she basically acted like she was something that she's not, because today you see Sabrina Peterson is not this submissive type of lady. She's a criminal. She commits criminal acts and then turns around and snitches on people and telling people and get people in trouble.